Hey, it's Emily from Emily Plans Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be setting up a travel planner, and thought it would be fun to show how I do that here on YouTube. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time because I travel a lot and always kind of do the same sort of things every time I make a trip, but this way it would all be in one place, so it'd be much easier. So I've got a lot of ideas here. I'll go over those shortly. But this is an 18-month planner that is travel themed. It has some really pretty illustrations, and it goes with the Bright Travels collection. I have already taken out all of the planner pages because I'm going to use all these tabs for other things. This is a vertical, and I may be using these, the vertical pages for travel planning. Again, this is an 18-month, so I've got all through 2024, and then the next year I can always grab another planner or an undated vertical. Always lots of choices on those. So that's the plan for now. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep the hello page. For now, I'm going to keep it in there, but I like this first divider that comes up. But anyway, first of all, I did some brainstorming this afternoon and figured out all the things that I want to have in my travel planner. You know, got like four months at a time, and then another section starts. So the first three I'm going to keep are ones that I probably am going to reference the most. So this first one will be stuff for like a current trip. So my itinerary, flights, if we're taking a flight, a rental car if needed, the hotel we're staying at, probably make a packing list in there. And then I don't do savings trackers, but I think that would be another fun thing to put in there. The second one is going to be reference. So, you know, we have like our passport number, our KTN number, membership numbers for like Delta or Hilton or whoever we're staying at. And then I'm not sure if you guys know about this, but there's something called the Sudoku wardrobe, and it's sort of like a capsule wardrobe, but it's super cool, and I'm gonna make a sheet to go in it. But this is the gist. So you have like 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and basically everything needs to match with everything else. And then the layer section can be it could be a cardigan, it could be a jacket, it could be a necklace, it could be anything. But again, the more mix and match everything is, the more outfits you can create out of this. I really like the idea of Sudoku. I just, you know, I would probably wear bottoms more than I would wear shirts. You know, I'm not going to wear the same shirt 3 times without rewashing it. So, but it's a really good place to start from. So I like it. So I'd like to keep that stuff here in the second section. And then the third one, I'm thinking like fun stuff, you know, maybe making a bucket list, like travel places I want to go, countries I want to see, make a places I've been and a map list. You know, maybe there's like a fun printable I can find on an Etsy store or on Pinterest of all the states or maybe some countries. I think that would be cool. And then another fun thing would be maybe like a countdown, or even bucket list for an individual city, like Vegas. You know, there's a ton to do in Vegas, or maybe there's like a bunch of hotels you want to see or casinos or something like that. So that's the plan. For the fourth section, that'll be in this first, you know, group of 4. I'm actually going to keep it blank because I don't know if I'm, you know, forgetting something that would be really good in here. Not sure. So keeping my options open for that. And then as far as the next section, I'm thinking years will go here. So I'll make one for 2023 and so on. Within each year, I would like to start making a little sheet of like things that we did, you know, whether it be our itinerary or just our favorite things that we did while we were gone. So earlier this month we took a camping trip, and we did some things like we went to Cades Cove, Dollywood. We spent a day in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, played like hillbilly golf and stuff like that. So I think it would kind of be fun to map that out, maybe make a fun page, you know, just highlighting the best parts of each trip that I take. And then the next section, I'm going to do, I think, destinations. So, you know, we go to the Smokies a lot. We go to Orlando a lot, which, if you haven't already seen, I did do a flip through of my Disney planner. So, that one won't have a ton, but, you know, there's just things like that. The beach, this year we went to Paris. So within those, I'd like to just have a different tab for each destination, and then I'll put things like packing list, any research I did, planning, that sort of thing. And then I am a member of a community called Her Packing List, and she has a lot of really cool, like, minimal wardrobe and minimal packing. So this is something that could go like in that reference section. And then I also some of her stuff has really revolutionized the way that I pack. So I try to be carry-on only. I almost never check a bag. I actually can't remember the last time I did. And then one thing I do that has really changed everything for me is using small containers for liquids. So, you know, toiletries, and, you know, when you got like a 4-step skincare regimen, that stuff takes up a lot of room. So this is a cool way to track what you have. So like if you have certain skincare or like body wash, what you put it in. And then you can put how much you put in it, which most of these I was filling up, and then track the actual number of uses. So I've gone through this before, but some of my products have changed. So this is something I want to redo. Another thing is, you know, every time we went on a trip, I felt like I needed to grab another travel deodorant. I definitely don't. That lasts a long time, actually. So some cool stuff like that. And then, you know, these are just general trackers, but then there's also some workbooks that I've printed out from her. So all of those are going to go in a section. And then in the very back, of course, going to have some blank paper. So I'm sure I'll have some travel papers, and we'll just start getting all that together. Okay, so first up, I'm going to work on this first tab, which is going to be current trip stuff. So I'm hoping this sticker book will have some stickers where I can just like cover up these tabs, or, you know, write my own stuff on there or something like that. This one, I actually think I'm going to use this one that just says vacay, because, you know, it's for our current trip that we're planning. And I will try my best to kind of like center these, and that way I can just flip through them and know exactly what they are. So the next section is going to be reference, which I'm okay with using noted here. That makes sense to me. These are things to remember, things to look back at. So again, just trying to get that as straight as I can. All right. And then the third section I listed as fun. So the only stickers I have on this are like errands, priority, day off, and noted. So those don't really feel right for that space. This is an example of one that I could just kind of trim off appointment there and then write in whatever I want. So that's probably what I'll do. I'm not sure. These probably would be a little bit too short to cover up September. Maybe on some of the other months later in the year. All right, so I'll keep my finger there just to remember that. So what kind of things do you guys use for, you know, covering up tabs, or have you ever thought to cover up those tabs? Because that's really a way you can get some more mileage out of tabs. Like if you really like the artwork and you want to use that, you know, another time in your planner. This right here would work as well. It's about the same size as this one, except just more writing space. So I think the appointment one still would work best. But I'm going to keep flipping through here and see what else there is. I really like all the bright colors in this book. Okay, so yeah, this appointment one is definitely going to work the best. And I'm just going to take some little scissors here and trim this off. I'm just going to get as close to the bottom of those letters as I can. And then that'll go over there. And then, okay. So there's my 3 tabs for the first part. Okay, I'm almost done with making these little page tabs here, but I wanted to show you on the larger colorful boxes, I just trimmed part of that off and then put that down like the good side out, so that way you couldn't tell if I was crooked. And then I just layered that bottom part of the sticker right over top of where I had cut. So, you know, I mean, you can see it a little bit, but it doesn't bother me, and it looks more uniform like the rest of these boxes. So, okay, so all of my tabs have been covered up. When I could, I did make those match, but it wasn't possible on all of them, and that's fine. It totally works. So first is going to be our current trip. So we do have a trip coming up. My husband has a birthday next month, and so we are going to go to Universal and Disney down in Orlando. We've got our trip partially planned here, and then I got some of the vertical pages that were already dated for this time period. We're going down on the 12th and be back the next Tuesday. So I'm going to use these to plan out the particulars of our trip. Won't be a ton more extra stuff to add in here other than a packing list, because we're not going to fly this time. I'm off long enough where we can drive. So there's that. And then next up is going to be the reference section. This is something I'd actually already made a long time ago and kind of need to update some things on it, but I will do that. I did cover up some stuff here, but anyway, I've just got some important numbers that we need sometimes when we're like making a reservation. So that will go under noted. And then the other things I wanted to put in there was about the packing, wardrobes and stuff. So let me find that. What I had in mind. I want to make a graphic for it, but there's also from her packing list thing, she also had like a minimal travel spring and fall and like a winter version and stuff like that. So I'm just going to keep these in here, and then I will also make some packing lists and add those to this section. And then the next one is going to be my fun section, which I actually don't have anything to put in there, but I'm still going to go ahead and write what it's for. So this is the fun section. And again, I'm keeping that last one blank because I don't know exactly what I want to put in there yet, so I'm going to reserve that. The next section is going to be for 2023. And then I'll leave, the rest of these blank. I'm going to go ahead and start my next one here because, it doesn't really matter what order these are in, since they're going to be for, I'm not using the months, you know what I mean? So it does not matter what these are. So I'm just going to make sure this one because I'm crazy. This could really only be for Japan. So we won't use that one right now. So I'm going to swap a couple of these. This one is going to be my beach section. So whenever we go to the beach, you know, there's certain things that we always do, or, you know, we want to do. So that'll be there. I actually think I'm going to take out Orlando from this section though, because we, you know, I have a whole other planner for that. And I was just thinking about it. That is going to be like double documenting. There's no reason for me to do that. So this will be my Smokies section. So when we go to Dollywood and Pigeon Forge, all that kind of stuff, that'll be there. I want to look through here really quick and just make sure. I kind of wish there was like one for Paris, which there probably isn't, but I'm just gonna check. Let me even look at these ones that I've already stuck things on just to make sure. See, this is sort of like Marrakesh looking to me. Okay, so officially there is no Paris specific one. Oops. Okay, so this will be Paris, and that works for me. So I like that. It's your journey and your heart knows the way. And Paris is my favorite city, so that works. That'll be the last one there. And then I'm just going to put this here. This is another one that like kind of looks like Greece to me, so I like that. I think the rest of them are just kind of generic. They could be for really for anything. Okay, so I do have a couple of things to put in here. So this is my packing list from when we went to Paris this year. So I'm going to just stick that in there. And then we took like an early beach trip this year, back in June. So I'm going to put that in here. Let's see, trying to make sure these are all the same. Yeah, they are. Okay, so that was for the beach. Put that up here. I do like to put the year on there just so I know exactly when we went. Let me make sure nothing else. Okay, yeah, so her packing list. So I don't think I feel like I don't really need that up front necessarily. Maybe that would be a good spot though. I don't know. I think I'll put it back here at the end. So her packing list, I'll know those are courses, and then that last section is, I'm just going to put notes. It's just going to be blank paper for now, and that way whenever I need something I can just grab it. That's all what this is. Okay, and then some note paper. So I know I have one thing I want to include. And that is, let's see, hopefully they're in here. Yeah, this Check It Off. So I love this paper. It is super cute and already comes pre-decorated with those cute little stamps there down in the bottom. So these will make great pages for me to grab. You know, of course, I can embellish with stickers and stuff like that. You know, I have some travel stickers, and like Wrong Wrong has some. Those were good for different cities that you might go to. And then I don't think I have anything else that's really travel specific, but I've got a lot of room in here, so I do want to just glance through. I know I have some half sheets that are wrong. That would probably work. They have like little girls down at the bottom, so let me look for those too in a second. In case you haven't noticed, I have a lot of paper. I love filler paper so much. And so I just stick, you know, any, like I kind of divide it up by what they are. So these are lined papers, and really that's kind of my go-to. That's really what I gravitate towards the most. Oh, these might actually be good. Let's see. These say wander more. So another thing I have considered doing in here in the like the year tabs is I don't really exactly want a scrapbook in there because I do scrapbook, and so if I want to make layouts, that'll be done in a different way. But when I was going through my Disney planner, I realized there was a couple of times where I kind of jotted down some notes about things that we did. I don't do that super often, but I really liked reading back through it. So these pages, I think, would be perfect for that kind of diary journal-y kind of thing. I don't plan on including like photos or anything like that. That's what I mean when I say that kind of stuff will be somewhere else, but I think those will be a good addition. And then okay, so I also have some papers that are like half sheets. I think these would be good, but I don't want to put a ton in here because it does affect like when you're writing. But these are kind of cool. They're like things to do, places to go, important reminders. So I thought that might be helpful for traveling. Those are good. So we'll put those at the beginning of the notes section, which is actually getting a little bit too big. I'm going to take about half of these out because I like to use these for other things too. I'll put those back in another paper. So I'll have a bunch of those, and then these half sheets. And I just want to see, yeah, I've got a few left of these. These are wrong. I don't have many, like literally about 3, but I'll stick those in there. And then that is all for that section. Okay, so let me just kind of go through this again real quick, see what all I have. All right, so this is going to be our current vacation that we're currently planning. This will be my reference section. I'll add in my Sudoku paper once I make it, and some packing lists. These are spot for fun stuff. This one's intentionally blank, and then a 2023 where I'm going to make maybe some highlight pages of stuff right here. And then I've got my sections for beach, the Smokies, Paris, and then a bunch of blank ones. You know, I've got one more in that section, a whole section that's empty, and then her packing list stuff and my notes pages. So tell me what all else you would include in a travel planner. Again, this is something I've been working on for a while. Finally getting to put it together now, and I'd love to see if there's anything I'm missing, anything that you would find helpful in a travel planner. Thanks again for watching. If you don't already, hit subscribe, and then follow me over on Instagram at Emily Plans Life. Thanks.